Like many people last night, you were probably watching the Taylor Swift Bowl, but if you weren't paying attention, you might have missed Jesus coming out and joining the foot fetish army. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, there was a commercial that aired during the Super Bowl that showed all these heavily photoshopped images of opposing sides washing each other's feet, and it had this message at the end that said, "Jesus doesn't teach hate, he washes feet," and then the slogan of this campaign is, "He gets us, all of us." Basically, the message of this commercial was that religion can bring us all together since we live in this world full of hate, and that's a nice message and everything if the whole damn thing wasn't just propaganda. I told a lot of my friends about these commercials when they first started airing because from the very first one, I knew it was just Christianity propaganda, and a lot of my friends didn't see it, and I'm like, dude, you gotta watch it, trust me. And it's just like the most ridiculous, absurd things. It's like, Jesus was an immigrant. Jesus had a blue-collar job. Jesus hung out with his boys on the weekend. Any way they can make Jesus relatable and have this message of no hate in these commercials, they did it. But if you were to do a quick Google search on the He Gets Us campaign, you're gonna find a lot of information that showcases that Jesus doesn't really get us, because the people behind this campaign are connected to Christian conservative groups that actively work against minority groups. In this article from CNN, it says the campaign is a subsidiary of the Servant Foundation, and the Servant Foundation has donated tens of millions of dollars to the Alliance of Defending Freedom, a conservative Christian legal group involved in several legislative pushes to curtail LGBTQ rights and squash the non-discriminative legislation in the Supreme Court. Now, I don't know about you, but I think I'd feel a little bit uncomfortable if I was seeing messages that say Jesus gets us and he's like, we should all get along, but behind the scenes, they're promoting that like, hey, you people over there, yeah, we don't really like you that much because we're gonna pay to make sure you don't have equal rights to us, but just FYI, just, we still love you though, Jesus, he's cool. I mean, it just seems like it's a little bit scummy, But hey, maybe this is a big misunderstanding. Maybe it was old donations or something and they're kind of changing their ways. But let's go ahead and look at one of their biggest donors to see if, their morals align with the He Gets Us campaign. Hobby Lobby co-founder David Green claims to be a big contributor to the campaign. Hobby Lobby has famously been at the center of several legal controversies, including the support of anti-LGBTQ legislation and a successful years-long legal fight that eventually led to the Supreme Court allowing companies to deny medical coverage for contraception on the basis of religious beliefs. It's not looking good, Jesus. Especially when your Super Bowl ad has a priest washing the feet of someone who I believe they want you to believe is a part of the LGBTQ community, and you also have this lady washing the feet of a young woman who is outside of basically an abortion clinic. We should probably also include this white lady washing these immigrants' feet. I gotta say, Jesus, you're sending me mixed signals like all the girls I try to date. But hey, let's be real, you know what? Sometimes Hobby Lobby has had some good deals on frames in the past, so maybe we let it slide a little bit. There can't be anything worse than the Hobby Lobby donation, right? The campaign is tied to evangelical churches. Jesus, I don't know if I can help you here, man. If for some crazy reason you have no idea what evangelical churches are, they are basically the worst of the worst when it comes to religion, in my opinion. Other people might have like cults and stuff. It depends on where you're going there. But at least evangelical churches are like the most blatant, corrupt thing I've ever seen. It's like these super mega churches that have like Starbucks and all this crazy stuff in them, and the pastors are driving around in freaking Bentleys and crap. Like, it makes no sense, and they prey on people in the worst way. I don't even need to bring it up in this video. Just search like crazy evangelical pastors or something like that on YouTube, and you will get a million videos showing you how corrupt and disgusting these church leaders are. And so seeing that this campaign of He Gets Us, Jesus loves us, all this kind of shit, is also tied to evangelical churches, it's just, as I predicted, all propaganda to bring people into organized religion. Now, of course, if you go to the campaign's website, they're going to tell you they're not right, left, they don't belong to a certain church or anything like that. But anybody can say anything they want on their freaking website. You can go to JUICEfromtheBOX.com right now and I can be like, I got a big old dick. Doesn't mean it's true. So that's why we look behind the scenes and find the paper trail, where the paper trail that we currently have is not that great. But here's the thing I really, really want to talk about, because like I said, I've thought this was propaganda from day one. But what blows my mind, and I do think this is probably a bunch of boomers or people that are running this organization are way older than somebody like me and even the younger generations, and they're just so out of touch on how you would get people to join a group. First of all, young people aren't dumb. They see through a lot of the bullshit. And if you don't want to take my word for it, take a biblical scholar's word for it. Dr. Kevin M. Young, a pastor and biblical scholar who discusses Christianity on social media, says the campaign won't do too much to assuage people's criticisms of the church. Young people are digital natives who understand the difference between slick marketing and authenticity. Mega churches, mega events, and mega spending on marketing is seen as money that could have been used for funding community programs and advocacy for the oppressed, such as refugees, LGBTQ+ individuals, and abortion rights, and the poor. Young also says that young people would prefer to see action and accountability. Young people want a church that will put the shoe leather to the faith and do something for those in harm's way, those who the church itself has harmed. And I agree with that statement so much. I personally am somebody who prefers to live by show me, don't tell me, because a lot of people can talk, a lot of people don't do. So that's why when I see these freaking propaganda commercials during every NFL game I watch, I just roll my eyes because I know it's just bullshit. You want to know how much this Super Bowl campaign cost? $100 million. Instead of creating this foot fetish commercial that's going to get Quentin Tarantino hard, you could have taken that $100 million and dispersed it between all the groups you say you care about. I don't know if I used quotes there right. If I'm being 100% honest, these commercials are just a slap in the face. To show me somebody washing an immigrant's feet is such bullshit, especially if you're just even keeping 1% of your brain on what's happening down like at the border. Like, that is not what's happening. There are not a lot of people being like, yeah, come on, come help out. No, there are people down there that are starting to get little convoys to be like, we gotta go help the freaking border and patrol and all that. Like, it's just crazy. You want to know what would have been a better promotion for Jesus? He should have just been doing some cool and fun shit. Like, he should have been on the field of a football game to go catch like a long bomb, like diving over defenders and stuff. He should have been like at a tailgate party doing some cool shit. Like, that's the way you should have just promoted Jesus, because people would have at least remembered that and been like, that was a pretty funny commercial. Because we don't get funny commercials anymore. People used to watch the Super Bowl for commercials. But now we're getting this propaganda bullshit, which I just want to say, I had a commenter or two on my woke video get really upset that I made fun of Kid Rock when he got all pissy about the whole Bud Light working with the trans influencer. And I just want to say, I hope these freaking propaganda things also piss you off. Because it's the same thing. If you get mad at a company for working with a trans influencer, you should get mad at religious organizations trying to get you to convert during a damn football game. That's all I'm saying. You should be upset by both if you're upset by one. And just to clarify, I'm not mad or upset that this campaign exists. I just think it's stupid because it's such a lie. Where I live, I see religious propaganda all of the time, so it kind of just brushes off of me. But like, I just think it's so funny that people will complain about things being woke in their football commercials, but then this comes on and nobody talks about it. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about this Jesus foot fetish video. If you guys didn't see my last video that I dropped on the weekend, it was an update to my digital media video. If you're enjoying the content here, hit that subscribe button. But as always, don't forget your daily dose of juice. Bam! The thing is damn propaganda.